Good afternoon, everybody. Glad to be here and talk to you about how to make more money in a changing and global business environment. And today, with technology, with news that's on the CNN and instant messaging, we are in a global business environment. People are able to get information all the time, instantly. So how do you know what's real and what you can use to constantly change your business and move forward? The truth of it is, when you look at New York Times or you hear the news on CNN, it's constantly negative, and it's talking about we're in a real estate overbuild and we're going to have a changing negative business environment. The reality is that real estate is the best field I know of making money, no matter what the business environment is. But you have to have the tools and the strategies to use to move forward and do your research. And I'm here today to talk about what is happening, what are the trends in the global real estate market, and how can you do research to capitalize on those trends so you can make money no matter what happens in the business market. I'm going to start with the top 10 strategies of how to really move your business into the new age and make more money. The first strategy, I should tell you a little bit about my background and how I present, since many of you, it's the first time listening to me here. I interview leaders in real estate all over the world and look at their strategies for success. My husband and I have co-owned a commercial real estate company. We've been in the business for over 30 years, done every end of the transaction. And I went back to school to really teach others how to move forward in their career. And my dissertation in 1998 was on leaders in real estate, and one of the awards, the leadership theories now are considered the premier in real estate education this year. So what I normally do is I tell you the strategy, I will talk about somebody that I've interviewed lately, good practices, and then give you tips for putting that into your own business. I try to take a lot of data and make it very simple and very applicable. The first thing is, we've all heard on the New York Times, you have to follow my 4 hours of research to be successful in changing the marketplace. And we all know from the New York Times to CNN News, the real estate market is changing. It's becoming more of a buyer's market instead of a seller's market. When you have transitions in real estate, it's a perfect time to really sit down and look at your marketing plan. Just for me to get a sense of who I'm talking to, how many people it's your first year in real estate? Just to show of hands. You've got a fair number. How many have been in real estate more than 5 years? Okay, a large number. How many sell homes? So more than 50% of you. That kind of gives me some edge to talk about strategies that would really fit your audience. There are 4 R's in starting to make a marketing plan fit so you can be successful in the changing marketplace. The first is be aware. Listen to CNN, listen to the New York Times, but then tie on to different associations and organizations you are affiliated and look for those experts that actually practice real estate and give you some tips in the business about what the trends are. Because not everybody that writes for newspapers and talks about how to make money in real estate has ever made money or really has the correct data. So what I do after I start to get an idea that the market is changing, I look at some of the leaders in business and I personally contact them and talk to them about what's happening here to talk about the 7 strategies that you can use today to move your career forward, find something you love to do, and learn how to make a lot of money finding something you love. If you don't want to make a lot of money, then please leave now, because I had designed these strategies in my doctoral program many years ago, and I have taught them throughout Europe and throughout the United States, and I find that these strategies work for everyone, regardless of age, regardless of sex, regardless of your education, regardless of your business background. They're very simple tools. I've made it easily accessible. You have handouts in front of you, and The strategies are also up in front of me and on PowerPoint. But let's talk about the first strategy if you want to change what you do for the rest of your life and be successful. Number one is to decide to organize. And we'll talk in detail, but I'm going to talk to you about the 3 parts of organization. And that is taking the time that it takes, that you need every week and every month so that you can focus on your career, organizing your space and your home, your office, on your computer technology today, because today, with all the global companies, I have found that so many companies want all your material accessed through email or on your computer instead of through even a fax machine. We are rapidly changing how people are hired and build a career with new technologies. So I'm going to go into that aspect. And the last thing is to find an activity that will relax your mind in this process and really help you move forward. And through all of my strategies, I interview over 50 people a year on career success and leadership. Especially, I interview a lot of real estate leaders that make a lot of money. And I found that there are very common denominators. So with every one of my strategies, I'm always going to tell you a story of someone that has practiced what I'm talking about. And hopefully you will learn from that story and you will be inspired by it.